Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be using Doombringer's army against all bosses in chapter 1 with 3 stars. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up, we're starting with the first boss, the Paint Master. Now for this boss, wasn't that complicated, since I had to really just spam my units, and that would basically be the end of Paint Master. Her units were a bit annoying to get past by, including her sniper move, but it really was a problem since my units had some crowd control. And after that, we won alongside with Doombringer and his other units, and that's basically all I have to say. And now on to the next boss. And now for the second boss, also known as Jetrock. Now this guy was a big jump from Paint Master, since he has crowd control and he also has a grenade valley move, which I really hate because it makes my units in the front feel useless for a moment. So I prepped up the units, including the Lil Doombringer, which I really love, into the battlefield so that we can actually start doing some damage. But since there were many rockets and no bullets on the field, the first Doombringer had died, but did some personal damage to the Jetrock, which was pretty good since we were going to need that. And since my army was pretty bad, I decided to upgrade it, and so that I could get more units onto the field. And we were really starting to tore up the Jetrock here, and I knew he was not going to survive for any longer. So after some rambling and fighting for a while, I was finally able to defeat the valuable Jetrock. And for a while, I started planning on destroying the base, which was pretty easy since these annoying enemies weren't going to be so annoying anymore. And after that, we had basically won the match, and now it was time to deal with the final boss. And now the final boss, Doombringer. This was the ultimate battle. Lil Doombringer's units versus the real Doombringer's units. This was actually a very good and sensitive battle, since this showed Lil Doom units going against the actual Doombringer himself. Now starting off, the units actually start doing some work already. Ready with the rock, doing some great splash damage, and Doombringer dying like he always does. And as for the Titan battlers, everyone was here. Tower battlers, hammer battlers, heck, even the Titan battlers were coming to beat this guy. This was truly something else, man. Truly something else. And Doom was used his ability, which make his other units have defense on him, which was kind of annoying since it was harder to defeat the enemies in the back, especially the Rocketeers. But for a while, we were doing some good damage to him. We were stalling him, we were beating him up, and didn't that much problems. His ability was giving us some issues though, but it really wasn't a problem since most of our units were just soaring up crowds, especially the Rocketeers and Bombers. He he uses one of his moves, which doesn't knock out most of my units. But that wasn't that much since I can just send in that much of the units again. And he keeps using his abilities and his band hammer. So that's again, and we were just dealing with him. That, and it wasn't that until he got in his second phase, which was the final phase. Now, now this guy was in a rage, and thanks to my the units, we were luckily able to deal with him, and the Doombringer was finally defeated once and for all. And now all we had to do was to clear out the enemies, and then we would win. And the enemies without Doombringer were expectedly very weak since they didn't have someone to put a bucket on their head, which that was the only thing carrying them. And since we were close to the end, it was really just a cakewalk from here since we didn't have to stall anything anymore, and we teared up the base like a absolute boss we were. And that's basically we defeated every single boss in chapter 1 with 3 stars with the Little Doombringer's army. And from that point on, we had finally defeated the Doombringer and his units and his base. Yippee! And that's going to be the end of the video, folks. Now if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on them notifications so that when I post another video, you'll know. And without further ado, see y'all later.